All right, let's get started with some hip circles. So coming onto all fours, nice alignment of the spine. Our wrists are directly under our shoulders. We're just going to start drawing circles in a forward motion with our knee, and then come back to that starting position and repeat that in the opposite direction, getting those hips nice and warm. And that's halfway. Let's do the same thing on the other side. We're going to start this next one in a high plank position. Rock back to a child's pose. With one foot, we're going to step to the hand on the same side while the other leg kicks through and to the front of our body. We're going to extend that leg, plant your hand back to that plank position, and repeat on the other side. All right, let's go into a bear press up with a turnover. So I'm making a diamond shape with my hands. I'm coming into that bear position, hovering off of the ground. And then from there, I'm going to lower down, elbows are wide, knees come wide, chest comes in between hands. And then I'm going to turn over into a supine position, tap my hand and foot to the ground, and continue. We'll alternate sides. Okay, coming back into that bear position, 90-degree bend at the knees. Knees are hovering. We are just going to slowly lift one elbow and that opposite foot at the same time. So we'll do that on both sides. From there, we're going to either walk or jump up to our hands to that low squat position. Pulse. I'm going to pulse 3 times here. Plant my hands and repeat.
Drop it.
Okay, 40 seconds. Go grab some water, wipe off if you need to, and let's get ready to work. All right, for this one, we can go with a medium to a heavier resistance bands. I'm going to place the band just above my knee. So we're going into our down dog to a bear in and out. So I'm coming from down dog. I'm going to straighten my legs, press my butt back, chest comes into my quadriceps, and then lower my knees down, keep them bent at 90 degrees, coming into that bear hold, and then we'll do 2 out and ins, getting our hips, and then repeat. Okay, we're going to burn the legs in this one. So I'm going to place my resistance band around the top of my knees. I'm going for a heavier one in this one. I'm going to step wide twice, staying in that squat position. And then from there, I'm going to tap back twice, keeping my hips nice and low. Okay, we're going for our core and hips in this V-sit hold with a lateral pulse. So I'm going to use my medium resistance band in this one, put it around my ankles. I'm going to lean back with a straight spine, chest is high, into my V-sit, hold here, and then we're just going in for our lateral pulses. Come for breaks as you need. Okay, we're going into our high side plank with a row to a double plank jack. So I'm taking my medium to heavy resistance band, placing it around one hand, planting that hand, coming into a high plank position. You can bend your knee if you need an easier version of this. And then we're just going to row up. So bring our elbow up to the ceiling, pull that band across our chest, plant your other hand, and then come in for 2 double plank jacks. We'll do 30 seconds on one side. That's halfway. Let's switch sides. Okay, these kneeling rotational twists are great for the abdominals and the shoulders. So I want to place my band around one knee, come into that lunge, dropping my back knee. Extend your arms with your band around your wrist. And then we're just going to make sure that our arms stay nice and straight. And then we're just going to rotate to the opposite direction of that front knee. Okay, more core and shoulders in this one. So we're coming into our high plank with our bands around our hands. Planting my hands, I'm going to lift my arm into a forward raise and then pull my elbow back for a row. This is a tough one, so you might want to adjust your resistance as needed.
Pump up some bass.
Okay, squat, hold, lateral, tap back. So we want to place our bands above our ankles. I'm going for a heavy resistance in this one. Coming down into that squat, hold there. And then from there, once our glutes are activated, we're going to tap twice out to the side, 1, 2, and then twice out back. All right, we're going into some hip dips from our forearms to a double plank jack. So I want you guys to place your bands just above your knees. We're going into our forearm plank. From there, we're going to really target the obliques by dropping one hip to the side. I'm going to pulse twice, come back to my forearm plank, and then bring your feet wide for 2 lateral jacks. Okay, we're coming into our bird dog extension with a lateral kick, really targeting the glutes and the hips. So I'm going to bring the band around one ankle and one foot. From there, I'm coming onto all fours. The foot with the band around it is going to extend. So I'm going to push that foot out back and then bring it wide. Lower that knee to match the opposite one and repeat. Let's do 30 seconds on one side. Okay, that's halfway. Let's switch sides. All right, let's come into our V-sit with crunches. So band comes around both feet. I'm going to lean back into my V-sit hold. I'm just going to pull one band close to my body by bringing my knee towards my chest. As I do so, I want to clap underneath that leg, and then we'll go in for a double crunch with a clap. Awesome job so far, you guys. We're halfway there. So go get a drink, wipe off, and come back. We'll finish strong. All right, we're coming into our push-up with some slight elbow raises. So my bands are around my wrists so that I feel resistance between my shoulders. I'm going to drop down into that push-up. Elbows come behind me, chest in between hands. Come to your knees for a modified version. And then once we press up from our push-up, we're just going to slightly lift the elbow, pulling our band up high, getting that in the shoulders. Here's a good one for your back and shoulders. So it's just as it sounds. We're going to extend one arm out wide, and then we're going to pull that band across our body, really feeling that in the back and the triceps. Okay, that's halfway. Let's switch arms. Okay, we are coming into our single leg squat with a row. So I want to place that band around my front foot. And then I'm going to bend the front knee. So drop down into my single leg squat. If that's too much right now, drop that other foot and come into a regular squat. Come up. And then we're going to pull our elbow back, coming into that row, and repeat. We'll do 30 seconds on one leg. Okay, next up is curtsy jumps. This really targets the inner thighs. So we're placing our band just above our knees again, and then we're lightly going to hop off of both feet, bringing one foot wide and back and dropping that back knee. We'll alternate sides for this one. Let's go into our leg lowers from a lying position. So band is around both ankles. We're going to press our belly button into the floor for this one. And then I want to start with my legs extended overhead. I might want to support my head. And then I'm going to pull my band down one leg at a time. I have a medium resistance here. And then we'll go in for a double lower and a raise. Next up is our sumo heel lifts with a lat pull down. So with bands in hands, we're going to extend our arms overhead. I'm coming down into that sumo squat hold. As I lift one heel, the arm on the same side pulls my band down to my side. So my elbow comes to my side. I should feel that in my lat, and we'll alternate sides for this one. Okay, lunge hold, and we're going to come up with an overhead press. So for this one, we're going to start in our lunge position. All of the weight is in that front foot, lower down. And then as I come up, I'm going to press up with my band. So I want the band firmly secured to my chest on the same side that I'll be pressing up with. So I'm going to lower down, press up, and then come in for my overhead press. 30 seconds on one side. And that's halfway. Let's switch sides. Okay, we're going into our V-sit hold tricep extension. The V-sit is a little extra so that we can get our core while we're doing this, but you don't need to be in that position. You can do this from a seated position. So I am going to pull my band up from behind my back. So I'm extending my tricep as my legs are lifted off the ground and my core is activated by leaning back with a straight spine. We'll do 30 seconds on one side. All right, we're going into our negative hinge with shoulder separators to a push-up. So we're going to start with our band around our wrist, activating my quads and my core with a straight spine. I'm going to lean back, come up high, 2 shoulder separators by extending my arms, pulling my bands apart. And then from there, I'm going to plant both hands onto my mat, and then I'm going to step back and come into my push-up, either a regular or a modified, land on my knees and repeat. Great job, you guys. The hard part is over. Grab a drink and then come back for about 4 minutes of a cool down. All right, we're going to stretch out our legs by coming into our crab rocking figure 4. So in a supine position, I'm going to lift my butt off of the ground, one ankle on top of the opposite knee, and then really slowly, I'm just going to shift my weight forward and back, feeling that stretch in the back of your leg. And that's halfway. Let's switch sides. Okay, time for my favorite stretch, the wide leg hang. So step your feet wide, hinge forward with a straight spine, clasping your hands behind your back. We are just going to hang here, feeling that in our shoulders and the back of our legs. All right, Cobra arm circle hamstring reaches. So I'm going to slide into my Cobra position, drop my thighs to the ground. My arms extend out in front of me with a diamond shape in my fingers. And then I'm going to slowly circle at the shoulder, reach my hand all the way back, slowly tap my hamstring, bring it forward, and then repeat on the other side. And finally, let's stretch out our quads. So from standing, I'm going to grab the top of one foot, press my hip forward, and then slowly hinge forward with a straight spine. Extend your opposite arm out in front of you, and then keep pressing the top of that foot into your hand. 30 seconds on one side. Halfway, switch legs. And we are all finished. Right on, you guys. Nice work today. Thanks for joining. Please like and subscribe for more workouts coming your way soon. See you next time.